Well, 555 finally got here. Good morning. The title for today is The Stumbling Block to Humanity's Liberation. No matter which group I am working with to obtain release of our wealth that would set us free in this world, I keep running into the same issue. The monetary system in the matrix is not structured for equality. Those who have been controlling the money system are insane sociopaths. Even the good custodians of the collateral accounts insist that if they release the funding to the public or to the people, while the criminals can still manipulate the system, it will help no one except the criminal element. That seems to be the catch-22 in this matter. The Dragon Family Ambassador tells me, if we release the funds, 1, before the people are awake enough to be responsible, and 2, before the Cabal is removed from power, it will create more problems than it will solve. As I see it, without the artificial burden and stress created by the current system being removed from the backs of the people will never awaken enough to be responsible on a global scale. And leaving the psychopaths in control of anything will doom the best intentions of visionaries to failure. Can this stumbling block be removed? I stumble a little bit over my words because, number one, I'm humbled by the mere fact that I'm communicating with probably the most powerful people on the planet, or certainly among the most powerful people on the planet, and humbled by the fact that even the dark side is supposedly paying attention to my videos. Of course, they don't announce themselves as we're the dark side and we're listening. But I'm told by the ambassador that, yes, indeed, what I'm doing is drawing the attention of people in very high places, whether dark or light. While I should be flattered perhaps by that, I feel the awesome responsibility of trying my best to tell the truth and to sift through my own feelings in the matter. When people tell me, for example, that it's going to be 2017 before we see any of the real changes take place, I mean, it's almost like you're stabbing me in the heart. I mean, that's three fucking more years. And I shouldn't have to apologize for using that word, but some people get offended by that. Words are just words. I used to get offended myself, so I know where you're coming from if that's where you are. In any case, the screws are being tightened as much as they can be by the Cabal. On the other hand, the Dragon family is removing resources as much as they can from the Cabal, so that the Cabal cannot start World War III, so that the Cabal cannot fulfill some of their plans to tighten down on humanity. I don't know at what level this is happening. It is happening. I see indications of high-up banking officials, some of them getting taken out. Rockefeller, not very long ago, one of the Rothschild recently in Iran was executed. High-up agents are being taken out. Agents for the Cabal, agents for the dark side. And I understand, just looking at how lottery winners handle wealth that is unearned and comes to them all in a windfall. They spend it all and they are broke in a relatively short time, destitute, even though they were temporarily a millionaire. It's the way it works. When I inherited money myself, I was so generous. I gave over half of what I had as liquid assets. I gave over half of it away to other people. I didn't have to do that, but I did that, thinking, well, there's going to be lots more coming. Well, lots more didn't come. I now make under $1,000 a month. And me, somebody in that position, living on a Social Security stipend of $939 a month. Me, I'm selected to represent the Dragon family and to be their spokesperson. That's an honor. But I want it to happen so fast because I hear the cry from where I stand of wanting this criminal syndicate to be removed and all of their system of domination and control and just the robbery that they do to people day in and day out. I see it in friends, I see it in family, I get it in letters from people that I don't even know. We want our funds released to us so that we can get the monkey off our back. I hear you. We want the technologies that will bring our health and our healing and our well-being into manifestation so that we can access free energy, so that we can access healing technologies. Why the delay? Why are you holding back? Why? I don't like to hear it. It feels bad to hear it, that it takes so much damn time to get the criminals out of the way. I mean, I know it's not about us and them, but there is, face the fact, there is a criminal element at work in this world, and it has operated in the United States, in the British Commonwealth of Nations, the former British Commonwealth of Nations, the European Union, and throughout the planet. The tentacles of this beast have penetrated every aspect of human civilization and human culture, so that every human is touched in one way or another, whether you're rich or poor. You're touched by the tentacles of this beast. And it's time the beast gets slain. It's time the people's assets get released. Not lending money to people, but providing money so that people can accomplish their dreams and their goals and their visions. This needs to be done, and it needs to be done in 2014, not 2015 or 16 or 17 or some future year. It needs to be done ASAP, as soon as possible. I get it. I get it that a lot of people aren't going to know how to handle millions of dollars, which is why we at Swiss Indo realized, too, as we were working on this, that if you just hand out $6 million to every man, woman, and child on the planet will grind to a halt, because everybody's going to buy up whatever's there, but nobody's going to be producing anything to sustain the culture, to sustain a system of barter and trade and of living on a planet. You can't just do it by growing your own food. And most people don't even know how to grow their own food. They don't know anything about sustainable agriculture, because we've not had sustainable agriculture in widespread use for at least the last several decades. It's been going into the factory farms, which are poisoning us, folks. Get over it if you think that the food produced in the United States is healthy food. It's not. Whether it's vegetable or animal, it doesn't make any difference. It's not healthy because of the way it's produced. Of course, we have the power to change that by putting positive energy into what we eat, namely by being thankful and saying grace and being appreciative and talking to the elements and thanking the elements for their service to us. We can do these things. These are doable. Everybody can do this. What can you do to help? Start focusing on the world that you want. Start focusing on the vision of a humanity that learns how to live in cooperation and peacefully with each other. Start envisioning a world where our creative efforts are rewarded, not punished, as in the current system. People that create technologies that would challenge or compete with existing technologies like the oil industry or like the pharmaceutical industry or like some of the other industries that have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. They punish, even kill people for bringing inventions or trying to bring inventions to people so that people can benefit. Because people's benefit to these insane minds is against their benefit of being able to be in control and to be able to be manipulative and coercive and to create violence and war and destruction and polarization all over the planet. This is what's been going on in our world for a long time. And if you don't believe me, you're not even awake. You haven't even begun to wake up yet. because you're clueless as to what's going on in the world that you live in. You're clueless. It's an insane, sick, psychopathic, sociopathic world run by people like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds who are insane. Do you understand? They are insane. There's nothing, they're like a cancer that must be eradicated from the body politic if we're going to create the world that works for everyone. If we're going to be able to have access to our value, we're going to have to eliminate this sick, dark element from our world by whatever means is necessary, by whatever means is required. These people must be taken out or rehabilitated or shifted in some manner so that their sickness is healed. And it can be healed by eradication or it can be healed by rehabilitation. Whichever one, I don't care. Justice demands that criminal behavior be punished or the criminal be rehabilitated so that they no longer have even a desire to commit criminal acts. I get it. I hear what the ambassador is telling me. I hear what others have been telling me throughout many months of my journey, my quest to help bring the light of truth to people and to help establish in people the vision of what is possible. But it's not even possible if we do not change the body politic in our world. The people that occupy the Council on Foreign Relations and the Bilderberg Group and the Trilateral Commission and all of these think tanks run by the Rockefellers that I named in yesterday's video where I talked about Benjamin Fulford's latest release, his weekly report for this week. All of those organizations and operations, the people involved in those are criminals. I want you to understand that. These are not people that have the best interest of humanity at heart. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But because they have created such a control grid on this planet, it makes it extremely difficult, even for people that are part of the elite establishment, like the Dragon family, like the ambassador and the Red Dragon and the old man and the historian and all of these people that make up this inner network that's mostly based in China, not totally, but mostly in China. Even those people have their hands tied. Mr. Sugi, who had a vision for humanity to create the kingdom of God, sky, earth. And no, I do not believe that there was any just criticism of Mr. Sugi or Swiss Indo in what they were trying to accomplish, in what we were trying to accomplish. There is no just criticism of that. The intent was good. Were there mistakes made of Mr. Sugi claiming to be the King of Kings? Some people have suggested that that was wrong. And giving titles to people, some people have suggested that that was wrong. Okay, that's the culture that he comes from. And bear in mind, someone wrote to me and said, after you did your interview with Mr. Sugi, Swiss Indo, everybody but you became silent about Swiss Indo. Well, bear in mind, put yourself in Mr. Sugi's shoes. Within a week or so of my interview with Mr. Sugi, the Laotian government officials with whom he had been working for the past month since February and March of this year, or maybe even earlier than that, that were going to help release the funds that he claimed to have the authority to release. Whether he did or not is irrelevant. That was the intent and that was the belief. And anyway, the Cabal kills all of these, or a good percentage of these high officials with whom he had been working with Swiss Indo and to help bring this boon and blessing to the world. And then, no doubt, the Cabal shows up on his doorstep and says, wait a minute, if you'll just pay the back taxes that are owed to the IRS on this money, we'll help you. Now, do I know that happened? No, but I suspect it did. I suspect it did. And so this man now is desperate to try to get his promises out to the people. So he agrees to give vouchers to the IRS. Big mistake, but understand where he's coming from. Understand what just happened in his world. Understand that. And be gracious. Criticizing people that are trying hard to do the right thing and trying hard to bring blessings and prosperity and peace to the world and to all of humanity. Even when we make mistakes, criticism is not going to help at all. And it's not justified. What we need to do is we need to see the intent behind what is being done. What is the intent? The intent is to change the system to one that works for everyone. If that's the intent, and it's not just to maintain the status quo, then get behind the effort. Visualize the success of that effort, because that effort affects all of us. We've got to remove the stumbling block, and some of the stumbling block is in you and me, because all we want to do is criticize what doesn't work instead of focusing on what we want to work and giving our energy to what we want to see and what we want to create together. Put your energy there instead of criticizing and tearing down people for not getting it the way that you would do it. That doesn't help at all. We've got to awaken and recognize that cooperation is the only way we're going to do it. And criticism doesn't come from a spirit of cooperation. It comes from a spirit of competition. I can see better than you can see. And I've been there myself. So even this criticism of the critics is criticizing me, because I've been there. I know what it feels like to feel so let down, to be so disappointed and disheartened by things not happening fast enough. I get it. I get it. But I need to choose and make that choice day by day, and even moment by moment within each day. I need to make the choice to focus on the vision of what I want, of the world that is not only possible, it's the world that we are creating together. And we can do it. We can remove the stumbling block. We can create an atmosphere where the dark cabal can no longer operate. And we must awaken. We must take the steps that are necessary to raise our own consciousness, to raise our own awareness to one of love, to one of compassion, to one of mercy, and yes, to one of justice. Because it is just us that are going to do this. We, the people, working with all the other people that want the same thing we want. And we can accomplish that by opening our minds, our eyes, and our hearts, forgiving ourselves and recognizing, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And thank you. Namaste.